Meantime, states around the country are unveiling guidelines to help fight the spread of coronavirus, including the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. I want to welcome Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont to the program this morning. Governor, thank you for joining us under these uncertain times. Tell us what's taking place in your state right now as you see it.
Well, Andrew, I'd say just as the Federal Reserve is trying to figure out what type of a recession to prevent and prepare for, we're trying to figure out what type of pandemic we can avoid. You know, I see two very different scenarios as I look around the world. You can see what's going on in South Korea and Hong Kong and Singapore, where they really did exact pretty strict social distancing rules, and they were able to flatten the curve in a real way that saved lives. Then you look at the pictures of Italy, which are probably, just 2 weeks ahead of us. And there they did not take the social distancing early enough, serious enough. People were out at the cafes until recently, and I think they're paying a price for it. And we had to be very strong working with our regional governors. I mean, our bars were filled until day before yesterday, and last night they're closed.
What is your total count right now in the state of Connecticut, identified?
It doubles every day or so, and right now we have 41 people who have tested positive.
And what's your anticipation of the real number, given the lack of testing?
Many-fold more than that. I think we have community spread, certainly in the southern part of the state. You know, one reason is you can't look at this in terms of states. Obviously, with New Rochelle and Westchester right next to Fairfield County, that was one region, and it came right up hard. So Fairfield County is where probably 3/4 of our infected people are right now.
And in terms of your hospital capacity, ventilators and beds, what's it look like?
We have a long way to go there. You know, I got to say, our nurses are putting in overtime. Our hospitals are going full out. We do have some capacity at this point, but I am worried. If we cannot flatten that curve, as they say, we could be overwhelmed. So that's why the social distancing and everything we can do in terms of prevention is so important.
I don't know if you were on this call yesterday, but there was a report that President Trump told a group of governors effectively, now you're on your own, but you know what? Go get everything yourself as much as you can, because the federal government may not be able to do it for you.
Well, I'm not counting on the federal government, and you don't just go to Amazon to get a ventilator, but I was on the phone all day for hours yesterday with the hospitals saying, this may be on us, and we got to take the lead on this. Where do you source this? What can I do to help?
Becky's got a question for you.
Hey, Governor, I heard an interview with another governor who was on that call yesterday. It was the governor, I believe, of Maryland, who said that those reports were taken a little bit out of context, just in terms of what the president said. That he said, go ahead and look for things yourself, but that was because they wanted everybody doing everything at the same time. Could you give a little context to it? What really is taking place on that?
Well, Becky, I hope they were taken out of context. I hope that the Surgeon General and the rest of the healthcare team there are going to take the lead in helping us source the equipment, everything we need from PPE to ventilators. But I'm going to hope for the best, but we're going to keep doing everything we can at our level to make sure.
Were you on that call?
Can I?
Yes.
And was it taken out of context or not?
I can't. I was in and out on different calls, so I'm not going to opine on that.
I think Becky had another question.
Can I just ask you very quickly also about the primaries? I think they're scheduled for April 28th in Connecticut. We've seen what's happened in Ohio with Governor DeWine canceling or closing the polls even after a judge kind of pushed to have it open. He thinks it was not safe to do that right now. April 28th is still a ways out, but do you have any plans to change the primaries in Connecticut at this point?
Again, those states, including New Jersey and New York and Connecticut, talked yesterday. I think they're leaning definitely towards postponing. Give us a little more time. Give us options in terms of absentee ballots. We can't rush it now.
And finally, Governor Cuomo has called on the president to have the Army of Engineers come and start building hospitals here in the state of New York. Would you be asking for the same thing?
You know, I would. I mean, I think we're going to need capacity in terms of beds. I think we can commandeer a lot of beds. We have our universities down right now. We have hotels that aren't fully occupied. So that's a little less urgent to me in terms of my list of priorities.
Okay. Governor, we appreciate your time this morning. We wish you lots of luck. Stay safe out there, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Keep informing people. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Appreciate it.